I'm Joshua Walker. I'm a Transatlantic Fellow at the German Marshall Fund. I've been at Princeton, Yale, and focused most of my energies on of Turkey. I had the chance to, as a Fulbright scholar, I also worked at the embassy briefly and at the State Department. Almost every example I can think of as a political movement or as a religious movement has been focusing on the golden principle, which whether it's in Christianity, Judaism, or whether it's doing what you want them to do to you. So it's treating your closer. Seems to be the most successful model in terms of eliminating where minimize.
Islamic three divine religions, Judaism and Islam, thought, freedom of worship. For example, in Islam, Christians and Jews are called people of the book, and they have to be treated very kindly, Allah says. Allah says, argue with them only in the kindest way. And Muslim men are Jewish and Christians, because them eat their... Basically, radicalism, violence, and terrorism is definitely against the Bible and against...
You're absolutely... When I lived in over the Ramadan, fascinating to me because my father is a pastor, an evangelical pastor, and so I decided that I would fast, because if you're living in Turkey and all you're fasting and they're having to get up for the sahur and the iftar, I felt very chokaipo, somebody's house, and they're eating iftar for the first time, and I eat it. I said, fast. So I fasted, and it was an amazing time, and it was funny. My friends in Turkey, strangely, fasting, but I want to be come together, and being able to. We are one people under the book, and so we're able to understand and appreciate, even if we have different names, Allah or God or any of these. We have an appreciation of another, and to me, being able to learn more. Most of my best friends in Turkey happen to be very conservative Muslims. People I have the biggest problems with are the ones who think that, you know, they have the rules on what it means to be Turkish or what it means to be a good Muslim. And there's only one person that can make that judgment, and that's myself. Look at the world century. Look at the countries, many of the that we talk about are former empires. Ways back in their not to recreate an empire like in the past where we're empire, but it's an empire of ideas. And so if Turkey can be a leader, there are many Turks around the world who have linguistic and ethnic connections, whether it's Azerbaijan or Asia. This might be a way to unite them in some way where they can come together and say, look, we can find a way to solve our differences, having common discussion, leading the way in this as the first Muslim country that has true and fair elections, relations with. I mean, it is a different ways. The government doesn't like to hear this in terms of model. It inspiration. People who are pro want what Turkey. That you're right in the sense that politics can problem, long-term objective. For I think, you know, as we've seen between Turkey and Israel, the last 2 years have been very difficult, right? The Turkish people in the history of together, and there are no closer friends in the Middle East, in my opinion, than the Turks and the Jews. And as a result, what's happened in the last 2 years has been particularly painful for any Turkey and in Washington, Jerusalem, or in Istanbul or in Ankara, because it's unnatural. There's a political. There was a major mistake that was made on the seas with the flotilla incident. There was also other problems in terms of Netanyahu versus Erdogan. But these are all political problems that I think are resolved. And unfortunately, many of the goodwill have not been able to get their way. When I look at the region, the people and what they're doing, they seem to be pushing. They want to have closer integration. You know, many people say that religion, everyone, and it's the many of the wars begin. Person of faith myself, I tend to that religion, that a human being is the cause of major problems. But religion or a faith in which you have a deep experience or a spiritual awakening with your own creator, I don't see how that's a bad thing. Our experience natural in our creation cannot help us bring us together. I think the problem sometimes is substitute deep faith-based exploration with simply listening to someone else, and someone says that you killed because they're not. That's been that many political leaders have used throughout history, and using religion in the name of that is something that I think is a dangerous thing. It's something that I hope that one day there'll be a reckoning, because in my mind that's one of the worst systems. In Europe, it's religious in Turkey and America. I can assure you it's much more like America, the way in which we our religion. And so we don't have the same straight, narrow interpretation of laïcité or laïc system like the French do. And so as a result, at least there's a contradiction between having a democratic structure, having a Muslim majority, women with heads want to walk around the concept of if there's no whether it's in Istanbul, only have a certain type of other in the Bosphorus. Things are changing in Turkey. We tend to be an optimist. Things are changing for the better. The only thing I would say is when you talk about Turkey having a better democracy than America and the Europeans, I would be 100% in support of that, that more Americans and Europeans were sincere for Turkey. So, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Doku, congratulations on your 1 year of being on the air. Much more success in the future.